The proletariat is right. The proletariat must always be right. And the revolution of the proletariat against oppression must go on forever.
Leon!
And forever.
Leon! I was just reading the encyclopedia.
The heading?
Trotsky, Leon.
Oh, good, it's about me.
Listen to this. On August 20th, 1940, a Spanish communist named Ramon Mercader smashed mountain climber's axe into Trotsky's skull in Coyoacán, a suburb of Mexico City. Trotsky died next day.
What is the year of that encyclopedia?
The book is 2014.
Strange. But interesting. I am Trotsky.
Yes, dear.
And this is our house in Coyoacán.
Yes.
And we have a Spanish gardener named Ramon.
Mercader, yes.
There aren't any other Trotskys living in Coyoacán, are there?
I don't think so. Not under that name.
What is the date today?
August 21st, 1940.
Oh, then I'm safe. The article says it happened on the 20th, which means it would have happened yesterday. And I'd be dead today with a mountain climber's axe in my skull. Will the capitalist press never get things right?
Leon, isn't that the handle of a mountain climber's axe sticking out your skull?
It certainly does look like one. And now that you mention it, Ramon was in here yesterday telling me about his mountain climbing trip. I think he had his mountain climber's axe with him. But you know, I can't remember if he had it with him when he left the room. Did Ramon report for work today? No one is safe. Force must be used, and the revolution of the proletariat against oppression must go on forever.
Leon!
And forever.
Leon!
And forever.
Just reading the encyclopedia.
Is it the Britannica?
Listen to this.
The universe as viewed by the victors.
Listen to this. On August 20th, 1940, a Spanish communist named Ramon Mercader smashed mountain climber's axe into Trotsky's skull in Coyoacán, a suburb of Mexico City. Trotsky died next day.
Yes, and?
Well, I think that's the handle of a mountain climber's axe sticking out your own skull right now.
Well, I knew that. I noticed it this morning when I was shaving. At first, though, I thought it was an ice pick, so I was a little worried.
No, it's not an ice pick.
Please don't even say that word. You know about my recurring nightmare.
Yes.
About the ice pick that buries itself in my skull.
Yes.
That's why I do not allow any other servants to have ice picks in this house. In fact, no one may have ice picks in this house, especially not Spanish communists. We'll do without ice. We'll drink our liquor neat, our Coca-Cola warm. Who cares if this is Coyoacán in August? Not a bad song title, that, though, huh? Coyoacán in August? Coyoacán in August! Nah. Or, okay, we will have ice, but it will only be allowed in the house in blocks. No, it won't be chipped or picked at in any way, especially not with an ice pick. Ice cube trays will also be allowed if they've been invented yet. Doesn't say anything about the ice cube tray in my skull now, does it?
No.
Does it?
No.
Aha! I've outsmarted destiny, which is only a capitalist explanation for the status quo.
But
Also, look
Leon.
at this. What do you think this is?
I don't know what the skull.
It is a skull.
Well, I knew that.
I bought this skull. I own this skull. So what does that make this? Trotsky's skull! Duh! So, if some Spanish communist turned gardener wants to bury anything into my skull, this will be here as a decoy. He will see this skull, recognize it as my skull, bury something in it, and he'll go his way, and I'll go mine. Is that ingenious?
Up to a point.
50 more years of Trotsky!
I have some bad news for you, Leon.
A mountain climber's axe. Ingenious. Funny, I always thought it was an ice pick.
A mountain climber's axe. A mountain climber's axe. Can't you get that through your skull?
Oh my God. This is very bad. This is very, very serious.
What is serious, Leon?
I have a mountain climber's axe buried in my skull!
Smashed, actually. It's Ramon Mercader smashed the axe into your skull, not buried.
All right. But what am I going to do about it?
Maybe a hat could cover the handle. You know, one of those little alpine hats with a point and a feather?
The encyclopedia says I die today.
August 21st. That's today.
Does it say what time?
No.
So much for the usefulness of that encyclopedia. Well, I have until midnight at the latest.
What do I tell the cook about supper?
Well, she can forget about the soup cost.
Yeah, no.
But this man is a gardener.
Yes.
At least he's been posing as a gardener.
Yes.
But doesn't that make him a member of the proletariat?
I'd say so.
And what's he doing burying a mountain climber's axe into my skull?
I don't know.
Why would Ramon have done this to me?
Maybe he's a literalist.
What?
A literalist. Maybe Ramon went to talk to Manuel yesterday. The head gardener, Manuel. You know.
I know who Manuel is.
I know you know who Manuel is.
One of these days, Mrs. Trotsky, bam, zoom to the moon.
Maybe Ramon asked him, would Mr. Trotsky like to look at the nasturtiums today? And maybe Manuel said, I don't know. Ask Mr. Trotsky.
Oh, very funny.
Hot to Trotsky.
Oh, very, very funny.
Maybe he just wanted to pick your brain.
Call Ramon in here.
Ramon!
I tell him to hurry. I have a mountain climber's axe in my skull.
Ramon, come quickly.
Good morning, Ramon.
Good morning, senor.
Please have a seat. You see, we have very good employer-employee relations here. So, Ramon, did you bury this mountain climber's axe into my skull?
I did not bury it, senor.
Aha.
I smashed it into your skull.
What?
You see? You can still see the handle.
It's true. The axe is not entirely out of sight, Leon.
So we do not say buried, only smashed, or perhaps jammed.
All right. All right. But why did you do this?
I think I read about it in an encyclopedia.
Printed word, huh?
I was going to use an ice pick, but I couldn't find any around la casa.
But why? Do you realize who I am? I am a major historical figure. I helped run the Russian Revolution. I fought Stalin. I was a major political theorist. Why did you do this? Was it political disaffection? Anti-counter-revolutionary backlash?
Actually, it was for love, senor.
I'm only sorry that you had to find out about it this way.
No! Yet!
See.
Oh God! What a fool I've been! Ugh. Why did you really do this, Ramon?
You will never know, Senor Trotsky.
This is a nightmare.
Luckily for you, your night will soon be over.
Thank you, Ramon. You may go.
Senor, you think you'll have time to look at the nasturtiums today? They're really very beautiful.
Oh, I don't think so, Ramon, but I'll try.
Thank you, senor. Hasta la vista. Or should I say, buenas noches.
So, August 21st, 1940. The day I'm going to die. Interesting. And to think I've gone over so many 21st of August in my life, like a man walking over his own grave.
It's been wonderful being married to you, Leon.
Thank you, Mrs. Trotsky.
But it has been a burden at times being married to a major historical figure.
I'm sorry I was away from home so often tending to the revolution.
I understand.
And I'm also sorry I couldn't have been more in touch with my feelings. You know, I just have so much trouble expressing my
emotions.
Oh, and I wasn't everything I should have been.
Well, it's a little late for regrets now, with a mountain climber's axe buried in one's skull.
Smashed, actually.
So, it wasn't old age, or cancer, or even the ice pick that I feared for years. It was an axe wielded by a Spanish communist posing as a gardener.
You really couldn't have guessed that, Leon.
So even an assassin can make the flowers grow. The gardener was false, but the garden he tended was real. How was I to know he was my killer when I passed him every day? How was I to know the man tending the nasturtiums would be the one who would keep me from seeing what the weather was like tomorrow? How was I to know I never get to see Casablanca, which wouldn't have come out until 1942, and which I would have hated anyway? How was I to know I never get to know about the bomb, or Hiroshima, and the 80,000 dead there, or rock and roll, or Gorbachev, the state of Israel? How was I to know I'd be written out of the history books of my own land?
But reinstated, at least partially someday.
Sometime for everyone, there's a room you go into, and it's the room you never leave. Or else you leave a room, and that's the last room you'll ever leave. This is my last room.
But Leon, you're not even here.
This desk, these books, this calendar,
You're not even here, my love.
the sunlight streaming through the blinds.
That is yesterday you're seeing. You're in a hospital, unconscious.
The flowers in the garden, you standing there.
This is yesterday you are seeing.
What does the entry say? Read it again.
On August 20th, 1940, a Spanish communist named Ramon Mercader smashed mountain climber's axe into Trotsky's skull in Coyoacán, a suburb of Mexico City. Trotsky died the next day.
It gives you a little hope about the world, doesn't it? That a man could have a mountain climber's axe smashed into his skull and yet live for one whole day. Maybe I will go look